All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call today. Going to be a good one. We're going to talk about marketing a listing, yours or borrowed, to get buyers and sellers. So let me know what you're coming in from, and let me know if you've got a listing, what status it is, if it's yours, if it's borrowed. Do you have an open house coming up this weekend? Just listed, a coming soon. Tell me what's going on. And then before we get started, I got to tell you, we are getting so much good stuff. All right. If you have not ordered your complete marketing plan to get your home sold, to get your expired home sold, had a client a couple of weeks ago door knocked an expired listing with one of these and got the listing. Absolutely got the listing. And I'm telling you, is there a faster way to get a listing than walking in? Now, we got these for your listing presentations, and I was just checking some new listings coming in. And oh my God, how many people are adding listings for the listing presentations to create these? They're adding expireds, they're adding FSBOs, they're adding canceleds, and they're going after them. Absolutely freaking amazing. And John, actually, I got a copy of yours too. I loved yours so much. Actually, I ordered a copy for myself right there. Can you see that? And so I don't know, John, you haven't gotten like I think you ordered a number of these, right, John? So if they did, in fact, you know what I'll do, John? I will send you. We're actually, because this is kind of a new service for us. And so we're still working through our processes. But I will get the tracking link to you because I think, John, you ordered 10 or 20, maybe 20 of them. You haven't? Yeah. Because it's going to take like 4 or 5 days to get them to you, at least, like about 5 days to get to you. But what I will do is in fact, I'm going to check right now while we're here. And because I'm just telling you, everybody, I'm going to give you the link right now. I'm going to put this link into the chat. And so what this agent did that got the listing is she door knocked with a quick CMA. I don't even think she had a cover letter. I think it was just a quick CMA, like a 1-page, 3 recent listings with the property, and one of these got the listing agreement signed. So if you're going to door knock, I would not forget your listing agreement when you door knock, because this thing, right? Because if you use this in listing presentation, you know how amazing it is, right? I see people talking, I see these coaches and classes, and they're talking about how to, do your listing presentation. When you walk in with one of these, and we do training on it like every 2 weeks, I believe. Man, you're not gonna have to defend your commission so much. It literally, in the listing presentation, in the expired also, you just walk through this thing and it's just self-guided. So there's not a lot you need to mess with. All right. You add the listing to your account as status listing presentation. You create the flip book, you create the PDF that you can print with their home on every single photo in this booklet. But when we're going after expireds en masse, then what we want to do is order some of these so that you can have 20 to 30 of them at a time. Because what you want to do is you want to get 20 to 30 of these booklets out a month to expireds in your area, whether you mail them, whether you door knock with them. And if you don't have a couple of listings within a couple of months from this, I would be absolutely shocked. Yeah. And John says game changer, which is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And like I said, the funny thing is, I see so many people adding these to their accounts for their listing presentations. And I am real quickly here, because I just learned how to. There we go. So John Summers, I got the link right here. It says tracking code not available. But I got the tracking number here, John. So I'll send you the tracking number a little bit later, and then maybe you can drop it into the USPS and take a look at it. Here's another one from a client. She's with EXP Luxury down there in Baton Rouge. I mean, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not a big salesperson. I don't like, I'm just not a great salesperson, but I cannot stress enough how powerful these are. People tell me they just walk into a listing presentation and it makes that listing presentation go smoother, better than ever before, because they're able to show the seller how they're going to market their home. That's what homeowners want to know, right? What do you think you can sell it for, and how are you going to market it? Because especially if they're talking to another agent who probably is walking in with maybe a 1 or 2 pager, then it's not even a fair fight when you walk in with this. And John, what I really liked about his, John, why don't I have the version, John, that you've got with all of the, man, that bums me out. Because John, in fact, John put a video in the mastermind group where he had a luxury, he had like a luxury presentation PDF. And so he sent that to me. We actually added it to his expired marketing plan booklet. So it's the standard, plus he had about 6 other pages that we added, print ready, good to go, and to make it even better. All right. Absolutely awesome. Rarely seen expired listing in our area. Lori, wow, good for you. I guess. I mean, this works for canceled. So we got it for canceled, expired, and then you can do it for FSBO. We're going to offer this as a FSBO. And then we may offer it as a standard, listing presentation. But when you got a listing presentation, what you want to do is when you click on listings, and I'm going to spend just 1 quick minute, and then we're going to get at it because I want to make sure everybody is good to go here. But you go to add listing manual and you change that status to either listing presentation, and you'll see where you can add the seller's name, email, and phone number. Just add in the street address, typically, maybe drop in a placeholder for the property description, get a photo and add it of the property. And then what that will do, and then notice also while we're here, you got this for sale by owner, expired, and canceled. So 4 different statuses that you can do this with. And then when it's in your account, and so you see here expired, and I click on the property address, there's a flip book. There's also a landing page, which is really cool. So here's the flip book. Got my introduction, right? All your colors, all your branding, your logo. All right. A photo of a property. That's, and this is a general one. So this would be just like a photo of a property in my area. And then when I create it for a specific, because you can, I'm telling you, if there is a marquee expired, canceled, FSBO, or when you got a listing presentation, you want to create these specifically for those homes, so that when the homeowner is taking a look at it, every single image in here is of their home. Like their home is on the cover. Can you imagine handing a homeowner a magazine with their home on the cover and their home on every single image in this thing? And that's what you can do when you create these specifically. But the problem is, it's really hard to create these in bulk, by yourself, because you got to print them, you got to bind them and all that. And I tell you, the quality of these magazines, because really they're like magazines, are just second to none, right, John? I mean, John, you got yours delivered already, your preview copy. So I know you really liked it a lot, and I think it was absolutely awesome. But with that, let's get into what we're here for today, which is how to market a listing. And let me just scroll back up and see. And again, make sure you drop in. I have 1 listing. So Michelle, what status is your listing? John's got an open house coming up this weekend. Phenomenal. I have a single family rental listing right now. So here's the deal. Here's what I would do. I would try to find a listing. In fact, I'm going to drop in a Chat GPT prompt because what you want to do is find a listing, even if you've got a listing that's maybe stale. And so it's not really bringing in the leads anymore. Or you just haven't really marketed it. Maybe some of the things that we're going to talk about today will give you some things that maybe you haven't done yet that we've got available in listings to leads to get some buyer leads, to get some seller leads. But for some of you, I want you to be thinking about what homes are selling, what type of homes, these could be condos, these could be single family homes, are selling the most in your area, right? What is that price range? What is that area where you're getting the most sales right now? And then try to find a home that fits that profile, so that is in that price range, that is in that area, and ask the agent if you can borrow the listing to market to your audience. All right. 95% of the time, they're going to say yes. And in fact, I've seen posts where an agent will ask about it, and every agent goes in there like, "Oh my God, take my listing and market it, please." Right? Agents are begging for help, and so you can borrow that listing now. And if you can do an open house, even better, because with an open house, you got some phenomenal ways to generate seller leads, even if it's not your listing. So Michelle, so you get my point though, Michelle. So Michelle says she's got an active listing, all right, but it's stale. So Michelle, I want you to be thinking two thoughts while we're going through this today. One, is there something that you're going to see me do today that you haven't done yet, that you can do with your current listing that's stale? Secondly, think about borrowing. No, don't think too hard on this right now, but after the call, I want you to be thinking about what would be a hot listing that you can find and borrow to market, if that makes sense. All right. I have a new listing. It was 16 lead. Wow. John, that's awesome, dude. $1.62. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have the AI text follow-up set up for that? If not, I would really recommend that for sure. Once I have run an ad and I get good results, do I just need to change the date and turn back on? Kim, you know what? Phenomenal. And that'll be one of the first things I talk about today. So thank you so much. Michelle says, I just had an agent borrow this listing. Phenomenal. Michelle, there you go. So Michelle, while they're borrowing your listing, you go find another listing. And I tell you, even if it's stale, I have seen people run an ad for a stale listing and get phenomenal results from it. So let's get to it and let's just see what we got. So if you need help getting the listing into your account, let our support team know, but typically we'll bring the listings in from the data feed. If they're your listing, you can also grab the listing. You can add it manually if you need to. Get with our support team on that. And I'm just going to do my just listed. So what I'm going to do is click the green market listing button. Now, if you got property videos, 3D tours, you can add those professional photos, right? I would think about adding in my professional photos as well. It just makes it look a lot better. You're going to see when you first click that green market listing button for any listing, you're going to see the step-by-step guide. You're going to see the checklist and the live webinars. You're on the live webinar. There's a quick little video that doesn't hurt to look at once in a while just to see if there's something maybe you're missing. If you click on the green market listing button, this is a write-up on what we're going to cover today. And I really recommend that you read through this when you've got some time. Take 10 to 15 minutes. It's an easy read. This is not a support post. This is as if we were sitting next to each other and I was walking you through, making sure that you understood what we're doing and why, and a little bit about how to do it. The only thing that is not in the account that is on here is, and this will be in the new, we're actually launching our new system next week. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's been 2 years that we've been working on this. And we're going to be, all the new signups are going to go to the new system automatically. We're going to allow people that want to move on to the new system the ability to do so. All new code base from the ground up, brand new listings to leads. It's going to be quicker, but we got so many more enhancements coming, including Instagram, Facebook, Reels, Stories. We're going to be creating short form videos from your listings and from other things that we got going on as well. But if you want to see some examples of Instagram stories with links and polls, I'll come back to this a little bit later. But this is a great read. And again, that's the step-by-step guide right there. And the first thing to do is let's go to Facebook and Instagram ad. For an active listing, right? Coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. All you got to do is confirm the location. It'll pop in the city name. You got a radius of 15 miles, which I would leave it. We got a lifetime budget of $35. Now, $35 is pretty low. You want to go to between $50 and $100 a week per ad. In fact, a lot of people will say, $10 a day is kind of the sweet spot. A lot of your lead gen problem is not that you're getting bad leads or whatever. The problem is you're not generating enough leads. All right. When you're only generating 1 to 2 to 3 leads a day, it's really hard to get your follow-up going, right? You're making your phone calls, I hope, every day, time block some time so that you can make phone calls to your leads. My wife is a mortgage broker, and she runs a lot of down payment assistance ads. She runs ads for listings for her agent partners. And every night from 7 to 8 p.m., she time blocks to call her leads and has great results. It's kind of nice because it's like after dinner, before, you're kind of relaxing. So from 7 to 8, and I love it because every night she comes downstairs and she'll tell me about a couple of the conversations. And in fact, now that I think about it, last night she came down and she goes, "Oh my God, I had this really great conversation with somebody with one of the leads." And she forgot to tell me what the conversation was, because I always love hearing about these conversations. And so anyways, and Michelle, I was able to show my client how we were marketing, spending our reach. So Michelle, what do you mean by that? Did you get a listing from this? Did it help you win the listing presentation? So back on the ad, so location autofill, budget, it'll run for 1 week by default. You can change the template. You can change the image. This could be a video, but all you have to do is click create ad. That's going to submit this to Facebook, to Meta. It'll run on Facebook and Instagram. It'll be a Facebook lead ad by default, name, email, phone number, purchase time frame, and it's also going to ask them if they would like a copy of the ultimate guide to buying a home. Absolutely phenomenal. If they do select to receive that guide, in fact, I got to get a couple of screenshots. Let me see if I can show you the ad real quickly here. Sometimes this will come up and sometimes not, but here's what the ad looks like by default. The text is editable, the image is editable. You can upload a Canva image, your own image. Again, it could be a video. And if I click show ad, let's see if we can go look at that ad. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, all right. But when you click on the ad, I'll kind of describe it to you. When somebody clicks on your ad, the page 1 of the lead form is going to pop up, and it's going to say, what is your time frame to buy? And they'll select from the drop down, just dreaming 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 plus. And then it will say, would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to buying a home? Yes or no. That's it. If they say yes, we send it to them automatically, completely branded to you automatically. And then we're going to let you know that they requested it. We're going to let you know that we sent it. And if you got the AI text follow-up initiated or turned on, the AI text will reach out to them. I love the AI text follow-up because you know right away, is it a good phone number? Which I think is so valuable. I just absolutely love that. So I know it's a good phone number, or if it's a landline, or if it is a bad phone number. Uh, with the accounts I check, it's over 80% good phone numbers. And again, that kind of gets to the people where they say, well, I ran an ad, I got some bad phone numbers. Well, anything can happen in a short time period. But if you run ads and you keep at it, you're going to get 75 to 80% good phone numbers, or maybe more. All right, maybe even more. The only places I've seen it where sometimes the quote unquote bad phone numbers are a little bit higher is where it's like an over 55 area. And a lot of times that's because it's the landline. So it's not even a bad phone number, it's just a landline. So you can still call, but it's just not a phone number. All right. Yeah, Michelle says, no, it's from a colleague. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Michelle. That's awesome. Very, very cool. So now I'm going to show you, and I'm going to address that question that I think it was Michelle that had about, well, what do I do when I have a good ad or a bad ad? Sometimes you got an ad that's not doing well. What do I do? Sometimes you have an ad that's doing really well. What do I do to keep it running? And I'm going to show you one advanced idea here. And this is something that my wife is doing. So, right, location, radius, budget of $70. Again, I can change the template. So if any of these images are subpar, maybe got 4 images of the front of the house, I can click the change template button. And then peeking up, I can select a different template. I got the side template. I got a 1 image template. We've got 21 different templates here. There's a slider that goes all the way across. I like this one here. I can change the color. So sometimes if an ad isn't doing great, it's either the images or it could even be the color of this, which sounds odd, but check this out. If I click the little edit icon right there, every image can now be swapped out. So if I've got 4 images of the front of the house, for example, then I can just select and insert the new image. So for example, I got a pool right here. Maybe I say, I want the living room right there. So I'm just going to select the living room and watch. Boop. Got the kitchen. And then I'll swap this image with the backyard and pool area. Because what I don't want a carousel. I don't like carousel ads. A carousel ad, people just kind of click through and you almost run out of clicks because now they've seen 5 different images of the property. I don't want that. I just want them to see the 4 best images. And then you can see I can change the color. And I can even change the text that is in that banner. So, and again, I could upload a custom image from Canva. I could upload a video, whatever I want to do. Kim, typically this template right here gets the best results. The one where the image is on top and then 3 images on the bottom. And why I like red is, think about it on Facebook, right? Facebook is all white and blue. And so let's say you're with Coldwell Banker, EXP, some of these other companies where, a lot of blue is in your brand. Well, it almost kind of blends in a lot on Facebook. And so using red can really get the eye drawn to the ad, which is what we want. And so, don't feel like you have to stick with your brand colors. Now, John, you're with Lake Norman. I think you got green. So green would be a great color. So again, I click change template, click edit. And then down here, I can drop in an RGB values if I know what they are, or I can just kind of play around with that. And now I've got green. I'll tell you, my wife right now is running a down payment assistance ad. She's a mortgage broker and she's getting really good leads. So it's a video of her talking. If I can find it maybe a little bit later before we get off the end of this call, I'll show it to you, where she's just sitting there and she's talking about down payment assistance. And that's one of the ads that she's running that's doing really, really well. But here's the thing I want to show you. Check this out. Under advanced options, 99% of the time, you do not need to go to advanced options. All right. This might be the only reason why. Click create new form. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Click create new form, that green button, and you can change that question. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? And another great one is, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Right? So depending on what you want to do there. So this is the default. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? And this guide is in your account under the PDF guide tab. So you can go take a look at it whenever you want. But you've also got the option of, you have all these options here. But another popular one is, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? All right, now here's the deal. If you've got an ad that is doing really well, here's what you want to do. So let's say you've got an ad. All right, in fact, let's go to the ads tab, and then we'll come back into where we're at right now in a second. But this is really important. If you've got an ad that's performing badly, turn it off. And this happens. Just turn it off and rerun it. Check the images. Are the images, good quality images, or do you have 4 of the same image, from different angles? Sometimes, because, when you upload a listing to the MLS, you're doing it front of the house, kitchen, living room. So you're uploading all of these images by category or by room. And so the template for the ad is just showing 4 different images of the front of the house from different angles. And so that's not complete. Sometimes that can do great. Who knows what, right? Or, so I would check the images, and I would also maybe think about changing the color if I'm using a tone on tone kind of a color. So if I got a blue sky and I got a blue band and all the colors in the template are blue, maybe I change it to red to create more contrast, or green to create more contrast, or orange. All right. Because sometimes golds and browns and grays and blues can get lost in the Facebook newsfeed, and people just kind of glaze over it. All right. And that's why I like red a lot. Now, again, blues can work great. Black can work great, right? Any color can work great. I'm just saying, if you've got an ad that's not performing, look at your images and look at your the color that the template is using. Now, on the flip side, to the question that we got a little bit earlier, if the ad is doing really, really well, and I do this all the time. In fact, my wife, she's got an ad right now. In fact, I think we finally turned it off and we reran it. Over $600 in like 4 weeks. And at the very end, it started not performing very well. The cost per lead, and this is for down payment assistance, the cost per lead went from $4 to $6 for like the last week or two. And I was kind of waiting to see, well, will it go back down or not? And it really wasn't. So I just ended it after like 4 weeks. And what I would do is, the ad is on, click edit. And I'm just going to add to the budget and extend out the ending date. So I click open up budget, and your current budget is 70. Let's say I want to add another 70 to it. So that's 140. So this is total 140. And then I would extend my ending date a week and then hit update. Super simple, super easy. Any questions on that? Let's go back to marketing that listing. And if you've got the AI text activated, like I said, the AI text will initiate. You'll get an email for the lead. So you'll get a lead notification email letting you know that you generated the lead. It'll have all the information you need, including did they request a copy of the Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home. You'll have a link to it so you can actually see it. Then you'll get a second email letting you know that the AI text initiated a conversation or not. So you'll know either way. And then you'll get another email every time the lead responds. And in the email, the conversation is right there in the email. It looks beautiful. And there's a link that you can click to go actually see the conversation, all right, in your Listings to Leads account. And you can turn off the conversation if you want to take it over. What I would do is, again, every day I would time block and call all my leads. And once I get a hold of a lead, if the AI text conversation is still going, then I would just go turn it off. And in the email that you get, or you can click on the leads tab right here. Now I can't click on it because I can't show personal information on a webinar publicly. But if you click leads and go to the lead, you'll see right there in the lead detail page, AI text follow up on, and you can just turn it off. So yes, you still want to follow up with your leads like normal and allow the AI text to be there as your backup. All right. And to initiate. So that way you don't have to worry about the lead forgetting who you are, because the AI text will initiate right away. And it's going to say something like, "Hi, this is Alex with the Malcolm Merriman team with XYZ Realty. And would you like more information about 5530 Douglas Boulevard in Folsom, or are you just browsing?" And they're going to say, "Oh, more information," or "I'm just browsing." And then if they say they're just browsing, then it might ask them, would you like a free guide? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? It'll make other value offers, because what we want to do is we want to create a situation where you calling them, right, adds value. So we want to figure out, okay, what are the different things that we can offer this lead via the AI text system to where the lead is expecting and wanting to hear from you. Does that make sense for everybody? Yeah, Malcolm, for that one, get with our support team for sure. Yeah, definitely get with our support team on that one. The one thing I will say about video, you don't want to upload the property video. All right. When you upload a video, or when you use a video, for example, if I was going to do a video for a listing, and maybe I'll try to get one as a demo to show you. But you really, it should be like 15 to 20 seconds. All right. If you're uploading a 3 to 4 minute video, that's wrong to begin with, because what's going to happen? They're going to watch the video. Why would they click through when they can just watch the whole video? So you want that video to be about 15 to 20 seconds. I would record myself in front of the property, landscape, all right, landscape format, and for my ad. Now I'd record it again for vertical. A lot of the teleprompter apps will actually let you record once, and then it will allow you to save as. So I can save as vertical, I can save as landscape, and both. And then I would use that, because a video for a listing should really be almost just like this. 553s, there's a beautiful new home in Folsom just listed, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a primary bedroom on the first floor. Just listed yesterday. If you like more, it's got an updated kitchen and a beautiful park-like backyard. If you like more information, click learn more below now. Like, that's your ad video. All right. Does that make sense, Malcolm? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just imagining you might be uploading an actual property video that's 3 to 4 minutes long. And not only is that too big, but it's too much information. Why would somebody give over their information when they just watch the entire video? Now, if they love it, great. Then they may click through, right? Maybe not. But what we want them to get just enough information to click and give up their information so that we can then follow up with them. Because, and I didn't mention this, but and then John or Malcolm, I would take that longer property video, if that's what you were using, and put that in the single property website so they can view the video after they click through the ad. All right. Social media posts. This will just auto post Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, and X. So it'll auto post. We can, let's see, I haven't clicked on this link in forever. All right, so this is LinkedIn, right? Who goes to LinkedIn? But it works the same in all of them. And here's the, so you can see there, I got my property video, my professional photos. I've got a 3D tour. I got a community area video. I have my 100-point home marketing plan, Google Street View. I got a client review video. So check that out: a property video, an area video, a client review video, and then I had a 3D tour all in here. Folsom College tour. Oh, another video. That's a lot of video. My walk score, print brochure. How do you post a single property website? Well, if I just want to post a single property website, see up here it says property website virtual tour. They're essentially the same thing. But when you click post, it's going to, when I social media post, that's going to post it. But now it's going to go to your, to your business page or whatever account you got set up with Listings to Leads. But you could also just take this link and drop it into Facebook. And I don't know why people keep saying you can't post links on Facebook. I know something went through a couple of months ago. Maybe it's been 3 or 4 or 5 months now. I can't remember. I remember not too long ago, this whole thing went through where Facebook was deleting a bunch of posts. That was a filter error on Facebook's part. You can totally post a link on Facebook. All right. Stop. I need people to stop with the whole, I can't post a link on Facebook. Of course you can post a link on Facebook. It's not a problem. Just take this link and go to your Facebook page and drop it in there. All right. Just easy as that. No problem. But we will post it and then we'll give you the links where you can see them right here. All right. Let's get to it. We're going to get through this. Next up, if you are a listing agent, so the seller is your client, you've got to be using these two tools, or they're paired up together. It's a social media post for the seller to put up on their Facebook page, and it's an email for the seller to share via email, obviously. They are going to link to the single property website like everything else. They are absolutely awesome. They're going to help you. I could do a whole webinar just on this. You're going to generate some of the best quality leads. So for the person, I believe it might have been Michelle, who has a stale listing, have you done this yet? That would be one of my questions. Have you done this yet? And gotten this to the seller for them to put up on Facebook. What you're going to do is click the green button, add in their email, right? Email salutation right there. Click send. Yes, send it. And let's just do the e-flyer while we're at it. Check out this e-flyer. Watch this. There's a slideshow of the first 5 photos. And you can click edit photos and rearrange the photos if you need to. Got your signature at the bottom. Beautiful. And when the seller shares this, check this out. And I'm telling you, when your seller shares these, they get clicked on. And the Facebook post is going to get likes. It's going to get comments. And so what's going to happen here is, so once you send this out, once you click to send this to the seller, the email is going to come from your email address. You're going to be CC'd as the agent. When you get your copy of the email, at an appropriate time, all right, maybe you don't call them when you know they're probably at work. So I would trip it off to get sent when you know they might be available, and then call the seller. So I would send it, and then I would call, and I'd say, hey, Ian, this is Scott. Want to let you know we're doing a lot of great marketing of your property. I just ran an ad. We updated the Zillow information. It's in realtor.com. I got some other things that I'm doing to get your property sold. And I sent you something via email to share on Facebook and also to share via email. Because in this crazy market, you likely know people who know people that would love to buy a home in this area, especially a beautiful home like yours. And we don't want to leave any stones unturned. Let me know if you need any help with that. The sellers absolutely love it. And so in the email is going to have this text in a screenshot. So it's going to look hot. It's going to look really, really good. And when the seller drops it on their Facebook page, let me show you here. So they drop it on their Facebook page. And again, we got all the different templates you can use. So the seller puts it on Facebook. What's going to happen is their friends are going to start liking it. Their friends are going to start commenting on it. And what you want to do as the agent is you want to come do two things: like it and leave a quick comment. And I'll tell you why in a second. So I might tag the seller. Just something innocuous, right? Whatever you want to put there. Don't overthink it. But we want to do that so that way when other people start commenting on it, that we get notified. Because there could very well be, and I've seen this before, where there's a question to the agent, but they don't know how to tag you. So if you don't know that there's a new comment, you would never know there's a question for you. Or they may say, "Oh, that looks beautiful," or "Oh, that looks great," or "Oh, the property video on the website looked amazing." And you want to go like and say thank you to all these people as the agent. Because then what does that do? That creates a connection between you and the seller's sphere of influence on Facebook. And you want to do the email because the email is going to get clicks and the email is going to help pull in leads. And when people land on the single property website, you see that right there? That's a lead form. So they click and you're going to start getting your seller's sphere of influence in your database. All right. And some of the sellers, because they know you via the seller, the ones that are thinking about selling, they may just go ahead and download your 100-point home marketing plan right now. All right. They may download a PDF guide because we got all the stuff in here. Now mine's a little bit long because I got so many videos, right? Mine's a little bit nuts. So they can get a home value right here. This is in all of your single property websites where they can get a home value from you. They can download a buyer or seller PDF guide. And it's going to ask them, do you own a home? Yes or no? Do you need to sell? Yes or no? And so these are some of the best leads out there. And I want to make sure that you use these two tools. If you're not using them, get into the mastermind group. Let me know why not and what's going on. And let me help make sure that you are leveraging all of the resources that you've got available to you. All right, next up is the nearby homeowner letter. Now for print, we got the letters, which I'll show you in a second, and postcards and door hangers. I recommend, if you've not door knocked your listing yet, all right, I'm talking about 100 homes. I know I see some of these things. Go 5 homes to the left, 5 homes to the right. No. Do 100 homes. And what I would do, I would add a listing presentation, even if it's a demo one, all right, to your account. And I would print up a couple of copies and carry them with me so that if I actually get into a good conversation with somebody who's thinking about selling next year or in spring or whatever it is going to be, just give them a copy of it. Why would you not want to put this in the hands of homeowners around your listing? Of course you do, because they're going to hold on to this. They're going to save it. And if you attend our training on creating these for a listing presentation, or we also talk about creating a demo listing, you're just going to get a lot more listings from it. Daryl. Oh yeah, Daryl, dude. You know what? I was actually going to be reaching out to you a little bit later. So make sure, and in fact, I'm going to put in the order link right now. This is Daryl, where you can order. Yeah, Daryl says it looks great. Awesome, Daryl. Thank you for the follow-up or the mentioning that. I'm glad it worked out for you. But you got to type in L2L to access this right now. Because again, this is new. I don't want to allow just the general public to access this page. So click on that link, L2L, and you can order 10, 20, or 30 at a time. And then there's a cover letter here that you can if you go to File, Download, or make a copy, and then you can edit this or create your own cover letter. So, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later. The nearby homeowner letter. Check this out. It is editable. Oh, I don't want the JPEG. I want the PDF. 1 second. Let that download. There we go. PDF. Again, it sits in the editor, so I can edit it. But the more you edit it, typically, the less good it is. That's not right. The less conversion you're going to get typically. So to the person who said they have a stale listing, and this is for all of you, if you have not used this yet, you want to start using this. All right. You can door knock with it. You can mail with it or mail it. You can use, there is a company here. Now you can use Mailbox Power. You can use Thanks.io or Zaire Mail, or the 3 good ones that I know of. And why do I say those 3? It's because if you're going to mail it, whether you do it yourself or through a service like this, you want that envelope to have handwritten font. You cannot do a business looking envelope. If it looks like the water company, you're going to get it thrown away. I want that envelope to look as if it was done personally, as if it was a personal letter to me as the homeowner. So I want a first class stamp. I want a handwritten font on the envelope. And if you got the wherewithal to do it yourself, I know people have had, I've seen people, they print it up and they actually just trifold it. So this is not a nearby homeowner letter, but they print up the paper, and I've seen people get listings from this. They just trifold it. What is this even? It's a script. So they trifold it. Nope. Trifold it, put a little sticker stamp, either one in the middle or 2 on the ends, and write the address. Write the address out, put a stamp on it, and mail it. I like door knocking just because when I can get face to face with somebody, I'm going to have a much better result. And if they're not there, I'll leave it on their door, right? Take some of the little bags or figure out a way that you're going to be able to put it on the door. So don't put it in the mailbox and get yourself into trouble. But I'm also, and the reason I like to door knock is I want to take maybe 4 or 5 copies of my listing presentation, print out, to be able to either review it with or give to homeowners in the area. In fact, what you might do is you might just take, now I'm thinking off the top of my head, based on something somebody else said recently, is take 1 copy, and depending on how you like to do things, I might just say, I've already given out all my other copies to other homeowners in the area. Let me get your email address and I will email you a copy of this. And that way you can just email them the flip book and they can see the flip book. But yeah, this nearby homeowner letter, now you can use the postcard or door hanger. They're phenomenal. And the reason why, check this out. The reason why our postcards and door hangers are so good is because we lead with the property. It's not about you. It's about the property and what you can do for them. So check this out. Here's the front. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So it'll be your coloring, your fonts, right? We have all the different fonts available. So whatever your brand font is, your brand colors, visit, or they can text, or they can scan the QR code. And where's my, there we go. And on the back of it, it says, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. I would like to invite you to get a free and they can either send a text or go to that URL and check out this text. Don't do it right now. Check it out a little bit later. Right. And that initiates a conversation with people where when they send a text, you'll get the phone number right away. The text will have an automated conversation. It'll ask them, what's the property address you want the home value for? They put in the property address. Then it'll say, would you like to receive it via text or email or snail mail? Then if they say email, it'll say, what's your email address? So it's phenomenal, really, really powerful. And then we got the door hanger. But you want, and I would, here's the thing. Don't do 500 to 1,000 of these at one time. When you've got a listing, I would do it 2 to 3 times to a smaller group of people, maybe 1 to 200 people. Whether I door knock all 3 times, I door knock once and mail once, whatever it's going to be. But it works best when I do a smaller audience 2 to 3 times versus one large audience. And that should be obvious because it's, marketing is in part with repetition. And so I want to make sure, I'd rather have people hear from me 2 to 3 times over the course of 4 to 8 weeks versus 1,000 people hear from me once. All right. Just makes perfect sense. We have circle prospecting scripts. So if you're using RedX, MyPlusLeads, or any kind of service like that where I can pull a list of homeowners, I can scrub against the DNC so I can get some, I want to get, 1 to 200 good phone numbers for a home around, for the homes around my listing. This is a great script right here. I would be using this script. There's a version of the script where you use either the letter, the postcard, or the door hanger. And there's a version where you don't. All right. So there's 2 versions, and this will get some great conversations for you. So now we got our database. So we want to send an email to our database. And John, I saw your question there. I'll get to it a little bit later about sharing the flip book with people towards the end of the call here. But this e-flyer, all right, for our listing. Now we got other e-flyers that you can, use a lot of other, like all your listings. But check this out. Isn't that gorgeous? So this will, when people click here, they go to the property website. If they click here, it's going to go to your home value landing page. And this is all automatically set up, right? I see somebody on the call that just signed up. And even for that person, when you log into your account and you go to the e-flyer, if you've got a current listing, it's going to be there for you. All of it's dialed in. All of it's ready to go. I can send it through Listings to Leads. I can send it through my own CRM. And of course, you can always send your leads to your CRM. In your profile, we have all the different CRMs available to connect to. But to send it through Listings to Leads, fully editable, send a test email. But I can click the green Send Now button, select the list I want to send it to, and click Send, and send that to everybody in my database. Later, I can go to follow-ups, and then I can see all the clicks, all the opens. And then, that might be some of the people that whoever clicks on it, maybe I call them up, ask if they got any questions. So that might be one way to think about who I'm going to call out of my database. But I can also either click copy code, or if I just click right there, select all, copy. So Control A, Control C, go to my CRM, wherever I'm going to send out that email, and just paste it right into my CRM. I mean, it's so easy. Then I might just say, in this case, just listed in Folsom, and send that, and got a preview, and then send that to my database. So get that e-flyer to your database. Don't forget about your database. We got a database call script. I would call 5 to 10 people every day. We got something to send out to your database. We have a call script for your database pretty much every day of the week. And so I would look at and say, okay, who are the 5 to 10 people in my database? Depending on how big your database is, maybe it's going to be a little bit less, maybe it's a little bit more. But I would like to be able to call everybody in my database every couple of months, if not every month, right? At least my hot leads, I'm probably already following up with them in a different plan. But especially for those kind of cooler or cold leads who I've not talked to before, this could be a great script to call them with, right? I'm letting them know I'm in the game. I'm letting them know about a listing. I'm touching base. I'm being of help. I'm adding value. So it's a great script. If it's a cold lead, I might even leave a voicemail, because again, I just want them to hear my voice. I want them to know that I'm still here as an active real estate agent. And if I just keep at it, right? Consistency is the key. And if you keep at it, at some point you're going to get them on the phone, and you're going to get really good at calling people. And that's a phenomenal discipline and a skill set to have. So get the e-flyer through Listings to Leads or your CRM, and then use that call script to call through some of the leads in your database. Next up is a short form video script. Now, we talked earlier about adding video to your Facebook ads. This could be a great script for your Facebook ad, right? For doing that video. Again, I want to go to the listing typically if it's good weather. As long as it's not raining too hard. It'd be kind of cool to do this in a snowstorm. Can you imagine doing a video and it's snowing out, and here you are doing a video? I think that'd be so awesome. I don't know if it's snowing anywhere yet, but it will be soon, I imagine. But it's a phenomenal script. All right. Starting off with, hey, everybody in Folsom, want to let you know that 5530 Douglas Boulevard in Folsom is just listed for sale. You can get all the photos, price, and details by texting 10001 to 25678. It's a beautiful corner lot with a park-like backyard, updated kitchen, a primary bedroom on the first floor, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Now, if you are a homeowner in the Folsom area, when this home is sold, it's going to change your home value. So if you'd like to get an updated home value estimate now, just go to california.freehomevalues.net or DM comment below to get your updated home value now. I think you're going to like what you see. All right. Really easy script. Just take that. You can send it to yourself. So if you're on your laptop like I am, I can send it to myself, open it up on my phone, put that script in a teleprompter app, or just have it so that when I'm going to go to record, I can just look at it really quickly. I don't like teleprompter apps. I like just going cold. I like just talking. So what I like to do is just study the script for a few minutes, because I'm not doing a 20-minute. This is not a 20-minute YouTube video. All right. We're not doing a 20-minute, 10-minute YouTube video. We're doing 30 seconds. All right. So if I can't paraphrase a script for 30 seconds, then I'm just not even trying. So, but we want to get these videos. I would say, even if you're not on TikTok, get it on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. From Instagram, it should go to Facebook automatically. So I don't need to reshare it to Facebook necessarily, unless I want to put it on my Facebook page. But try to get good at doing video. Video is awesome. We got listing flyers. So listing flyers and the yard sign. So let me just show you. You want to get these riders. All right, open house. I've got just listed. All right, just listed. I've got for sale. All right, if you do coming soon, you're going to want to have a coming soon one. And I want to change those out. So just listed might be the first 2 to 3 weeks, then change it to for sale. If you're having an open house, put the open house one up ASAP. When the listing goes pending and sold, you may not be able to do sold because your yard sign's coming down, but I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite. All right, making sure I get that sale pending on the yard sign. And then get a clear plastic flyer box and put some of these listing flyers in there. If I scroll down, there's a lot more templates available, but most of them, I believe, maybe not all of them, but most of them have 3 things that most don't. The QR code is automatic. The text code is automatic. There's my text code. There's my QR code. And then the domain, if they want to go to the domain. And then if you need to sell before you buy, go here. So we want to get those on the yard sign. Why is that? Because people are walking around. All right, they're walking the dog. They're doing their ruck walk. They're just walking for their health, they're whatever. Maybe they're driving by and they see just listed or open house and they go, oh, right. That's a much better uh, view than just your standard yard sign, right? With just that the main square below the arm. I want that status on the top, and I want the flyer box so they can see it from the street, so that they know, oh, there's some flyers. A lot of times, people will go grab a flyer if they see that there is one there, and you've got all these ways, right? They scan the QR code. They go to the Single Property website. The Single Property website has a lot of great lead capture. They send a text. You get the phone number automatically. They get the Single Property website sent to them automatically. So these listing flyers are great lead generators. They really are. And a lot of people don't really think about that the way they should. Here are the sign writers. So if you need help with that, get with our support team. I can change the colors on these, right? Customize. So if they are not your brand colors, I can change the color of the background and the text. And that's about it for listing market. Oh, remember I said before, let's go back to the overview and click on the guide. And I want to walk you through just real quickly vertical video. So we're talking, it's not even video, it could be images. But I'm thinking TikTok, Instagram stories, reels, YouTube shorts. So you got your short form video script that we talked about. That would be great for all of them. But in addition, check this out. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Click here to see examples, and then click here to see how to do it. So if you already know how to do it, phenomenal. But when I click, there's two things I can click. Check this out. This is so good. So, and just substitute your status. So just listed, active, open house, and even a stale listing can get great leads. So try to get into the discipline and the habit of doing one of these every single day. John, if you got 3 listings that you're doing, right, that's phenomenal. Just pick 1 or 2 a day and get started. And check this out. And I'll show you some video examples and image examples, because you can do this with both. It's not a problem. And mix it. You want to mix it up anyways. So on my Instagram story, view photos, details, and more, right from the phone on the Instagram story, I get to the property website that's got lead capture, that has a lot of call to actions. All right. Open house coming up. Got that great property video. Got my great 3D tour. All right. What is your home worth? They can download a guide. And it's free. So why wouldn't you not do free? And if it's a little bit cumbersome in the beginning because you're not too good at doing this, even better, because you will get good at it. You'll find out how actually within about a week or two, oh, it just takes me like 2 or 3 minutes to get this done. And then there's a poll. Looking to buy a home in the next 12 months? Yes, send me my home buying guide. No, I need to sell. And there's more examples. So another open house, but again, just listed, active, coming soon. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So again, right from my Instagram story or my TikTok, I'm linking out to a landing page, to a PDF guide. And I got another poll. Is this kitchen your vibe? Yes. No. I'd make a few upgrades. I need to sell my home, right? Different poll. Take from my examples. Here's a little video clip. I'm not even in the video clip. All right. Another video clip. And I want you to be thinking about like, hey, these are all, right, can all be the same home. Let's take a quick look here. These are just listed in coming soon. So just listed in Folsom, right? Another poll, another link. Coming soon. Another guide offer, another poll. Beautiful home in Granite Bay. So who knows what status, it doesn't matter. Beautiful home in Granite Bay. Free guide, ultimate guide to buying a home. Right, they can download the guide right here. And a poll right here. So lots of great ways for absolutely free. And if you're curious, some of those images, and I should have pointed this out to you, you can download this image. So if you go to, I know it's a little bit goofy right now. You can also go to your ads library or image library. But if I go to the create ad and I click on change template, I can download rectangle or square. So I like square. And the reason I like these images, and I'll show you in a second here. So I would, and again, I want to mix it up. So I don't want to just do this all the time, but this is great because check this out. Why that works great is because when I'm on Instagram, I have space. See this right here? I've got space for my poll and link. So I'm not covering the image. So if I just were to use an image, then some of that is going to be covered up by the poll or the link. And so even the video, all right, I've got more of a square video. And they're going to, hey, sometimes do the vertical and don't add anything to it. But you definitely want to make sure that you are adding, I would say at least 70% of the time, if like between 50 and 70% of the time, I want to offer value. All right. I want to offer value to my audience. I want to help them out. I don't want to just tease them. Right? I don't want to just like, oh, here's a picture of a listing. Call me. They don't. Nobody's going to call you by looking at a listing photo. And if they do, congratulations, but that's exceedingly rare. What is more likely is they see a really cool photo or a property or whatever it is that you're marketing with an offer. Click to view all the photos and details. So they go to the property website, they become a lead there. They see you put a link to a PDF guide. They see it like, oh, I would like that guide. And in listings to leads between the landing pages. So for example, I could imagine doing a pending listing and doing a cash offer, right? Another home just went pending in Granite Bay. If you're thinking about selling and would like to look at a cash offer, click here. And it goes to your iBuyer landing page from listings to leads. Or if you're thinking about, just sold in Folsom, get my downsizing guide for homeowners. So we have all these guides and the landing pages are right here. So I can click and just add this landing page to my post. And I got the video right here on how to do that. Terrence, I just want to start. Terrence, what do you want to start? Christine, what script would you use emailing a homeowner flipbook? Yeah. All right, thank you. Because John had that question too. Phenomenal. Thank you. So let's go back to no, not the dashboard. Let's go back to listings. So let's say, so now I've got so check this out. All right. So I got expired, FSBO, canceled, listing presentation, view. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Click on the property address, flipbook. And I would just send that via text, right? I would just send that via text. Now, if I wanted to, I could create a short URL. And I think in the new system, we're going to be doing that where you can actually get a short URL for this automatically. But I might just take it to Bitly and then drop it into a text or an email. And in fact, I had a client, I was talking to a client recently, and I'll show you what she did is, so check this out. Now pay attention. Please pay attention right here. If you're on this call right now, please pay attention because I'm going to walk through a couple of things right here very, very briefly. click on listing presentation. This is the general one that is in your account right now. All right. Now, as part of the setup, I want to show you something here. If I click on print, over here, introduction, under suggested listing presentation structure, I got my intro, CMA, the property marketing plan, which is this. We got another guide, or I'm sorry, another one pager. In fact, you haven't seen that. This is pretty awesome. Sits in the editor. So this is, and it's all your brand colors. We got a guide. All right. How to prepare your home for sale, which people have had great success with. This is the PDF version of this. But this intro, I can add an intro. I can view, if I click here, I can see what it's going to look like, right? How hot is that? That looks great. And then, and I know it's a little bit of a weird kind of a thing. There's a coming soon page in this. If I want it or don't want it, I can click here. Now, here's the deal. I like the coming soon page because what I do is when I'm in a listing presentation, I will, and I'm going to get to the email in a second, I promise you. When I'm in a listing presentation, I walk through, when I'm walking through it with the homeowner, and if I don't do coming soon, what I say is, during the coming soon part of this whole thing, we will get the photographs done. We're going to make sure that the curb appeal looks great. We might do a little bit of like staging and decluttering, but we're going to use the coming soon period to make sure your home is absolutely as perfect as it can be, so that when we list it publicly on the MLS and I start doing all of my marketing, that we are going to hit the ground hard, and we're going to get the most qualified buyers possible to have the best impression possible so that you get the most money in the quickest amount of time. So I like the coming soon in there, even if I don't do coming soon marketing, just to be able to have that as my kind of launching point for talking about what I do before we list it publicly. Now, if you don't want it in there, you can still have that conversation. Of course you can. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But check this out. eFlyer for your database. Now we need to come up with more templates for this. But you can just check this out. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to my CRM. Just paste it into my CRM. And I would save this as a template. And I might even create a version that doesn't even have all that big, that massive image. So there might be one where I just kind of forget that top image. Just copy like the bottom half of it. They can download. And I believe if they click in here, it downloads as well. All right. Or I could just create a custom eFlyer myself, right? Just grab the, and this will link to the flipbook automatically. Or you can just grab this, right? Just grab that view link, copy URL, and just create my own eFlyer if I wanted to. Make sense? Terrence Joseph, to clarify, I'm old. Yada, yada, yada. For years, Drumroll, haven't used it. Of course, right? Technically taking over. Guys face to face. Dying breed. So somebody take over. Love this. Yeah. Terrence, definitely, dude, get into the mastermind group. Be an active participant, because when you're active in the mastermind group, you're going to get more love. You're going to get people helping you out. I'm in there all the time. But yeah, dude, oh my God, check this out. And I want you, so here's a to-do for everybody that's still on this call. Oh, we still got quite a few people. Good to see everybody still with us. Go to your media library. Now, this will seem a little bit confusing, but I promise you it's not. This is going to be a setup for your next open house. There's a search field right here. All right, there's a little search, right? You see there's a search icon, search field. Type in 100 and hit search. And there's 3 items. The first one is for TikTok. That's a great one. It's not, I have it on my Instagram and TikTok. Then there's a 100 marketing plan long, 100 marketing plan short. Take the long one. Now, if you don't want to now you can download this. You can download this and upload it to your YouTube channel. You can upload it to your Facebook page. You can't upload a 5-minute video to Instagram, but you can upload I believe this short one would be great for Instagram. Yeah, it's only 1 minute and 18 seconds, right? But here's the deal. Here's what's so awesome. Now you can play this right from Listings to Leads, but when I'm in an open house, I want the volume down. I don't want the volume. I want this playing on either the TV or a laptop or a tablet. All right. I want this playing so that when the nearby neighbors are coming through, people that are looking to buy that own a home are coming through. Now, I would have a copy of my listing presentation PDF printed and laying on the table, but I also want this playing. And this came to us from somebody who might even be on the call with us today. But I want this playing because I want all those homeowners, when they're walking through, you're gonna find people are gonna stop and they're gonna sit there and watch this. And this is essentially a commercial for your listing marketing. So again, I downloaded it from Listings to Leads. Now I can play it right from my media library. You don't have to download it, but I think it would be awesome for you to download it and upload it to your Facebook page, upload it to your YouTube channel, and then every open house, I would open up my YouTube channel and I would play it on my laptop right there at the open house. Or if I have a tablet, in fact, I'll show you. There was this, in fact, I might just order it right now or after this call, but let me show you something that'd be really cool, which is a tablet stand. All right. I think this would look so slick. I love this. Check this out. Imagine having one of these. It's like $20, right? I mean, $20 is $20. I get that for sure, right? We can $20 ourselves to death. But I think having this at my open house, all right, with that video playing on my iPad or whatever tablet device that you may have, would be an absolute winner. Absolute winner. Now, if I got the access to the TV, if it's my seller and I ask them to say, hey, could you bring up the YouTube on your TV so that I can play this commercial? And if they ask you, like, is that really appropriate to be playing at my open house? Yes, it is, because there are people that own a home that need to sell before they buy. And I want to make sure that they understand that I can help them sell their home, because if I'm able to help them sell their home, well, then I got more of an opportunity to get them into your home. So yes, it does matter that I try to get seller leads, that I try to get buyer leads, because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is create conversations with people that want to buy or sell real estate in the area. And whether they want to just sell and go somewhere else, or, they came in from a neighboring town and they came to see your property, they may not realize that I can help them sell their home, even though they're in a different town, 30 minutes away or 10 minutes away or whatever it's going to be. So yes, there is a benefit to you as the seller for me playing a video like this, for me having this at the open house. Do I need the texting function? No, you don't have to have it. I mean, so, that's, now if you're paying $95 now, when we upgraded our pricing, the texting is a part of that by default now. If you're on our old pricing, it'll be an add-on for you. I like it. I mean, but it's just everyone's budget. I don't want you to, you know, put it this way. If you're going to put the listing flyers on the yard sign, if you're going to do open houses where you're going to use listing flyers at the open house, if you're going to be using the nearby homeowner letter as well, like actually use the nearby homeowner letter, then I would definitely subscribe to the Text IVR, because that'll just help you get more leads, because it gives more opportunity for people. I mean, they can scan a QR code, they can go to a URL, but texting is a really popular one. Now, if you're not going to use the nearby homeowner letter, and you're not going to use the listing flyers, and you're not going to, do all of these things, and I wouldn't do it because you're just not using it. All right, Christine, does that answer your question? Michelle, yeah, right. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. This is recorded. And to access the recording, go to the marketing calendar. So if you go to click on marketing calendar, there's presentations. So for all of you that have an open house, click on open house mastery. These are all the same thing, just different formats. PowerPoint, PDF, essentially covering the PowerPoint, and the checklist. I would go through the PowerPoint first, then I might look at the checklist, and then I would go to the guide. The guide is really cool because you will see some things in the presentation, like open house flags, open house like clipboards for your open house. Like there's some things that like a bit of a shopping list that we link to in the guide. So if you download the guide, you're going to see be able to click the links and open up Amazon. They're not affiliate links; they're just links to Amazon where you can buy things. But to watch the recording, get to the mastermind group, click the resources tab, join our Facebook mastermind group, and then go to YouTube. At YouTube, click live or webinars. When they'll be under live, but then we also download and we upload them to the webinar playlist as well. All right, everybody, listen, I apologize for keeping you all long. Sorry about that. Any last minute questions though before we go? Where was the part doing an Instagram survey under ads? No. Go to, it's in a few different areas, but the easiest place to find it would be go to listings. All right, where you're looking at your listings, click the green market listing button. And then right here, view step-by-step guide. Daryl, you got it? Christine, this was great. I want to be all future Zoom class. This is my first live one. Oh, Christine, thank you. And Daryl, it doesn't matter what status you click. Now, it may not be there for FSBO or expired or canceled, but for any coming soon through just sold, and just scroll down, and you'll see it. It's like a third of the way down, and it'll say something like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the top two will link to the actual examples. And then these two links go to a YouTube video where I walk you through how to do. All right. And then TikTok. And actually, I have TikTok up and I actually walk you through how to do that. All right. Where was the part where you found the video? Perfect. Anywhere in your account, go to media library. There's a lot of, I'm telling you, it's a shame that I don't do more training on the media library. There's some really sweet things in here. And we got to do more. We got to add some, but check this out. I'll get to your question, but these are all downloadable as well. So I would never use the music we've got. I would always use trending music on Instagram or TikTok. So just a little point, if you're going to use our videos, upload them, and then I would silence, or I can't remember the exact way of doing it right now, but you'll in Instagram and TikTok both, I can mute the video sound and then use a trending sound from Instagram or TikTok. But these are great little videos. But to your point, type in 100 and this is the version that you want to download and put up on your short form video platforms. So again, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. This is a shorter version of the other landscape one, right? So that's like a minute, 18 seconds. But the long one is right here. Now I can play this right from Listings to Leads. If I get to an open house and I can't get on YouTube, whatever, I can just log into Listings to Leads or download it to my computer and play it right from here. So you don't have to download it and upload it somewhere else. You can literally play it from your Listings to Leads account. CH, go to I don't know off the top of my head, but if you go to Lead Gen Web, two different places, leadgenwebinars.com. So that's with an S, Lead Gen, GEN, leadgenwebinars.com, or go to the marketing calendar. And I just scolded my team today because I'm like, yo, where's the marketing calendar? This will be done. This will be completed tomorrow morning. So when you log in tomorrow, all the webinars will be here. But if you just go to leadgenwebinars.com, you'll see all of for the next week here. So we've got tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is listing presentation. Love it. Then PDF guides for buyers and sellers. So we walk through the PDF guides for your database ads. Friday just sold marketing. Next Monday is onboarding. Next Tuesday is open house. Master Facebook ads. FSBO. Mortgage. AI text follow-up. October 6th. Huh? October 6th. Oh, October 17th. I don't know why that flipped on the bottom. But anyways, when you see the marketing, when you see here, in fact, let me show you something. If I go back to September, iBuyer, right? So there's iBuyer, home value, investor lowballing, FSBO, new construction. Let's say iBuyer, go to marketing tools, checklist. In fact, there should be a link to a video. Let me find out why that video is not there. Because I do that call. You're going to see we every month there's a call for that. And in fact, if you go to our YouTube channel, again, go to live or go to webinars and just scroll down. There's one for the What is Your Home Worth landing pages. There's a separate webinar for iBuyer. There's a separate webinar for new construction, down payment assistance and stuff. So yeah, so again, marketing calendar, resources, and then YouTube right here. And you click on YouTube, right? Live. So there's live and they're all, so these are the notify me means it's up in the future. But if I scroll down, you're going to see here, right? New construction, open house, and FSBO, listing presentation, new construction. Hey, where's the iBuyer? I feel like we're missing how to turn Facebook, FSBO. Let's go to webinars. Let's see, maybe it's under webinars. If I go to playlist, all right, here's playlist. And then everyone's computer shows up differently. But current webinars, so right here, current webinars. Just pause that. And I can see I'm looking kind of in the bottom mid right. and you'll see there's just a bunch. If there's a topic, I'll tell you what, if there's a topic you don't see, get to the mastermind group and ask for it. And if we don't have one, I will schedule one. And if we have it, it's just like, yeah, I don't know why. There should totally be like the iBuyer should be here. I feel like there was new construction. Down payment assistance should be here. So I'll find out why they're not here. And we'll add those. In fact, we got to do price reduced. I got to start doing a price reduced call, because in fact, I should do a call with price reduced, down payment assistance, and new construction all together. Those are all for like buyer leads, and really, 15 to 20 minutes for each one, because we got landing pages for all of that by default that are just absolutely phenomenal. So anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. I got to get out of here. I can't believe I've gone so long. So last thing I'm going to mention is don't forget your affiliate link. Even this morning, my gosh, somebody signed up this morning, and you have the like, how did you hear about us? And they said from another client, and it was not their affiliate link, and it drives me nuts. So right there where it says affiliate link, make sure you share. If you're going to tell somebody about listings to leads, you might as well get paid for it. All right. You get 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. Don't tell them just go find it, because then you're not going to get any credit. So copy link and then send it to them. We got a few different marketing invites, right? There's an email, there's a social media post, there's a print flyer. So especially if you're like a lender, reading like a lunch and learn, or a coach or a trainer, you might want to use the print flyer, can be good as well. The QR code automatically goes to your affiliate link. So they can access it very, very easily from the print flyer. The email will automatically link to it. The social media post automatically links to it. So yeah, don't forget your affiliate link. Not that I hate it, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bummer that somebody just signed up and the agent who referred them didn't get the credit. So anyways, have a great day, everybody. Get to the mastermind group. I want to hear from you in there, and we'll talk to you soon.